Hey everybody, Steve Bergen here, and we're going to talk about making a variable sized letter. So I've got a program that draws a T, right? Nothing profound. It has my standard header, right? I'll run the program and it draws it so quickly you don't even see it. And now I want to make a variable sized T. So I will go to the data category. I will make a variable. This variable wasn't here, so I'm going to delete it. Okay, so pretend there was no variable. I'm going to make a variable. And that variable is going to be a multiplier factor. So I'm going to call it factor right now, just so that I can interject a word that sometimes people like, okay? So this factor is going to make this T twice as big or 3 times as big or half as small, which means I have to multiply the 100, the 25, and the minus 50 by the factor. Now you can't just type in here times factor. It doesn't work that way. You need an operator. So I go to the lime green section and I grab the multiplying operator. There's a whole bunch of operators in here in the lime green section. By the way, I'm going to need this 3 times, so I can right mouse click on that and I can duplicate, and I'll get an extra one, and I can right mouse click and I can duplicate. And now I want to put in here for the first one factor times 100. I don't type in factor. I go to data and I grab factor and I drop it. Now when I'm holding this orange thing, it's the left edge that goes into the white. Don't try to put the whole thing in there, it won't fit. The left edge goes right in there. So factor times 100. Okay, shortcut, I could probably right mouse click on that and duplicate it. And now I've got 2. Duplicate that by right mouse clicking. And now I can put this in the first one. The second one is supposed to be factor times 25. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong piece of it. And the third one's supposed to be factor times minus 50. So if the variable seems strange to you, just pretend that the factor is a 2. Just read those 3 lines that have factor in it as a 2. And then it means move 200 steps, move 50 steps, and move minus 100. Okay? Now, I probably want to either set the factor or ask a question. Either way, right, I can either put this command up here, or I can do the slightly more elegant sized style of go to sensing and say ask, and I'll probably put that right over there. And you can put it in different spots. Okay, I'm going to throw this away. You throw things away by just dropping them into the middle. And I'm going to say, what do you want the factor to be? Not very friendly, sorry about that. The result of the light blue goes into the variable answer. So I will open up a space here and I'll go back to data and I will say set factor to answer, and I'll go to sensing and grab answer and put it over here. And now we're pretty good. I'll test it out. Green flag. What do you want the factor to be? I'll do 2. So factor becomes 2 because answer becomes 2. I push return and it's twice as big, which means it goes past the edge, which is bad. I'll run it again. I will try 1.5. That looks better. I will run it again. I will try 0.5. That should be small. I'll run it again. I'll try 0.1. That should be smaller. And we're doing very nicely here. Got it? Okay, hope this helps. And since I would prefer that to say X instead of factor, I'll show you the trick that I can go to data and I can right mouse click, which means hold down control on a Mac, right mouse click on factor and choose rename, and I'll turn that into X, which is my own prejudice, and now it looks like probably what you have in the lesson. I'm going to add one more trick here, right? And I'm going to have to press the minus to give me some more room, right? I'm going to say something on the bottom, like using a factor of 2 or using a factor of X, the T is different size. So if I go to sensing and I go to answer, not answer, but say, I'm sorry, it's not under sensing, it's under looks, and I go say or I go think, this works with either one of them, but I'll choose say, and I will get rid of the hide. I think get rid of the hide for now and put in say. But here's the problem, folks. If I type in using a factor of, let me try to make that bigger. If I type that in, using a factor of, it's not, how do I put the X in, right? So what I need to do is put something into this white thing that's going to allow me to put in multiple things. So if I go back to the lime green operators, there's one of my favorites here called join. So if I put join in, now I can put 2 boxes. I can type in one box where it says hello, and then I can put the variable in the other one. Or even more cleverly, I could put a join into the spot where it says world. So I'm putting the join command into where it says world. And now I can say using a factor of, and that can be typed into the white. And now I can put in the factor of what X was by going and grabbing the X variable. And now I can say the T is different. So this is your way of saying a full sentence that involves different chunks, including variables, by using the join command. All right? I'll run it real quickly, and I want to keep you run. Here we go. I want the factor to be 1.5. Press return. And then it says that command, except I probably was hiding. So I now need to, I've got a bug in my program. Okay, we don't like bugs, but they're always part of things. So I better say show here. And the first bug was detected in 1946 by Admiral Grace Hopper, and it was a real bug in vacuum tubes. I want the factor to be 1.5, push return, and now the cat comes back and actually puts that message on the screen. All right? Steve Bergen signing off. Hope this has been helpful. Bye, everybody.